A call for justice. Blood dripped from Marcus Johnson's cheek as two police officers sneered, their laughter echoing in the quiet diner. "Go ahead. Call someone who cares," one taunted. Marcus, his hands trembling, dialed a number. A deep voice answered, "General Thompson speaking." The diner went silent, the officers' smirks fading as their body cameras recorded everything. What unfolded next would shake a small American town to its core, exposing a web of corruption and igniting a fight for justice that no one saw coming. Marcus Johnson, a 52-year-old black veteran, had served 15 years in the Army, earning a Silver Star for bravery in Iraq. Now, he was homeless, living out of his battered Ford Taurus in the small town of Fairview, Ohio, after his apartment complex was condemned. With only $30 in his wallet, he entered Betty's Diner on a chilly November morning, seeking a hot meal. The bell jingled as he stepped inside, and conversation hushed. Marcus, used to the stares in this mostly white town, took a corner booth, his military instincts keeping the entrance in view. As he scanned the menu, calculating calories per dollar, his mind drifted to General Henry Thompson, who'd pinned a medal on him years ago, saying, "If you ever need me, call." Marcus had kept the general's card, but never thought he'd use it. A young waitress, Carla Rivera, approached with a warm smile. "Coffee to start?" she asked. Marcus nodded, ordering the breakfast special. Carla's kindness stood out against the cold glances from other patrons, including an older couple whispering about his worn clothes. The bell rang again, and three Fairview police officers, Sergeant Daniel Hayes, Officer Tom Bradley, and Officer Stephen Walsh, entered. Marcus felt their eyes lock onto him. His gut, honed by years of profiling, told him trouble was coming. The officers sat at the counter, their laughter growing louder as they glanced his way. Carla refilled his coffee, whispering, "You okay?" Marcus nodded, but tension thickened the air. Halfway through his meal, Hayes approached, hand on his holster. "ID," he demanded, no greeting. Marcus, calm from years of discipline, asked, "May I ask why, sir?" Hayes snapped, "You match a suspect's description. Stop talking and show it." The diner went quiet, patrons watching. Marcus slowly handed over his ID, stating he was a veteran waiting on VA benefits. Hayes scoffed, "Veteran, huh? Sure." Bradley chuckled. "Every bum claims they served." Hayes accidentally knocked over Marcus's water, soaking his pants. As Marcus stood to avoid the spill, Walsh shouted, "Sit down." The officers twisted his movement into aggression. Before Marcus could react, they slammed him to the floor, his cheeks splitting open. Carla, horrified, discreetly recorded on her phone. Betty Harper, the diner's owner, hesitated but said, "Is this necessary?" Hayes ignored her, planting a small bag of drugs in Marcus's jacket. "Look what we have here," he announced loudly, holding it up. Marcus, face down, said, "That's not mine. You planted it." The officers cuffed him, dragging him outside as Carla's video captured everything. At the Fairview police station, Marcus sat handcuffed in a dim interrogation room, his cheek untreated. After 2 hours, Hayes entered with Bradley and Walsh, smirking. "Drug possession, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct," Hayes said. "You're in deep." Marcus, calm, replied, "I've never been arrested." "You're falsifying records." Bradley laughed. "Who'll believe you over us?" They offered one call. Marcus dialed General Thompson's number, expecting it to be disconnected. To the officer's shock, a secretary answered, then patched him through. "Thompson speaking," the general said. Marcus explained, "I'm handcuffed in Fairview, Ohio. They planted drugs and assaulted me." The officers' faces paled as Thompson's voice boomed. "Put an officer on." Hayes took the phone, stammering. "This is General Henry Thompson, Joint Chiefs of Staff. I want your badge number and your chief's contact. A JAG team is en route. Provide medical care and preserve all footage." Hayes tried to deflect, but Thompson cut him off. "Marcus Johnson saved 12 soldiers, including my nephew. Any attempt to alter evidence is a federal crime." Panic set in. The officers tried to delete their body cam footage, but it was locked remotely. Carla, still at the diner, had uploaded her video online, sparking justice for Marcus. Chief Robert Ellis stormed in, furious after a call from the mayor. "The Pentagon's involved?" he shouted. Carla revealed her cloud-backed video, showing the drug plant. The general's voice sealed it: "Cooperate, or face federal charges." The investigation exploded. Carla's video went viral, drawing national attention. Veterans rallied outside the station, joined by activists. Chief Ellis turned over secret files documenting years of misconduct, 27 cases targeting Black and Latino residents. Officer Bradley, facing mounting evidence, took a plea deal, exposing a points system for arresting minorities. Mayor Edward Grayson, Hayes' cousin, tried to discredit Marcus, leaking false claims about his mental health. Carla lost her scholarship, and Betty's Diner faced vandalism and supplier cancellations. But the tide turned. General Thompson secured Carla's scholarship through a university trustee. Betty's Diner got Army supply deliveries. A whistleblower, Officer Karen Mills, provided recordings of department meetings encouraging racial targeting. The mayor's financial ties to Hayes were exposed. $7 million siphoned from community funds. Federal agents raided Grayson's office, arresting him and 20 others. Tragedy struck when Walsh, overwhelmed, took his life, leaving a confession implicating the entire network. Marcus, now recovering at a military base, refused a settlement with a gag order. Instead, he spoke publicly. "This isn't just my story. It's about every person silenced by this system." His words, broadcast nationwide, shifted public opinion. 6 months later, Hayes was sentenced to 12 years, Grayson to 18, and Ellis to 7. The Fairview Police Department was rebuilt under Commissioner Laura Bennett, with mandatory bias training and a civilian oversight board, including Marcus. Carla won a journalism fellowship, her reporting earning national acclaim. Betty's Diner, renamed Unity Table, became a community hub, offering free meals to veterans and the homeless. Marcus founded the Johnson-Thompson Foundation, helping hundreds of veterans with housing and jobs. At Unity Table, he, Carla, Betty, General Thompson, and Bennett shared a meal in the booth where it all began. "One call changed everything," Marcus said. Thompson nodded. "Ordinary people standing up, that's how progress happens." Outside, Fairview buzzed with renewed hope. The town, once divided, embraced reform. Marcus looked out, knowing the fight wasn't over, but feeling a hard-won peace. Justice had prevailed, not just for him, but for a community transformed. What would you do if you saw injustice unfold before you? Would you act, like Carla, despite the risks, or stay silent? Share your thoughts below on confronting violence and unfairness in our world. Your voice matters. Take a stand, and let us know where you stand.